What is going on, everybody? Today is the big day. It is the 2,000 subscriber special. And if you guys have been around for enough time, you guys know what I'm going to be reviewing. You guys probably saw the thumbnail, so you already knew. But before we get into that review, I need to talk about another car that I don't have to review today, but I've gotten so many requests to review it that I have to say something about it. That's the Mercedes W12 by Barago. That is undoubtedly my most requested review ever, which is pretty cool that people really want to see that car. But it's important to remember that if I don't have the car, I can't do a review on it. And that's the biggest problem with the Mercedes W12 right now. It is impossible to find, or at least it's been very difficult to find as of right now. It only started appearing on eBay, I want to say at the beginning of December, before the season was over. And back then it was about $50 and then an additional $50 for shipping. Those are the only prices I could find it for. Now since then, it's gotten a little bit cheaper. As you guys know, there's the driverless standard versions and then the collector's editions, which have the drivers in it. The driverless versions, I think they're only worth about $15, not including shipping. I have not been able to find one of those cars on eBay for less than $30. And that's just not worth it. Barago cars are not worth that much money. Especially the Lewis Hamilton has been difficult to find in terms of prices. I think F1 kind of exploded this year because of Drive to Survive and also because of the extremely entertaining season. And because of that, I'm guessing people on eBay are just trying to sell them for a lot more than they're worth. Now that being said, I have found a reasonably priced Mercedes W12 and I have bought it. It's from a website that I don't usually purchase stuff from. In fact, I've never bought anything from this website, although I have been aware of its existence for quite some time. So I have purchased a Mercedes W12 and I will be doing that video when it arrives. I have no idea when it's going to be here, but just so you guys are aware, that video is coming. So you guys can keep suggesting it all you want, but it is coming. I have bought that car. And now on to the main feature. This is the 1/18th scale Romain Grosjean 2020 Haas VF20 from the Bahrain Grand Prix. What ended up being his final F1 race, at least for now. I don't think he's ever leaving IndyCar. He's doing so good. I have never, ever purchased a 1/18th scale MiniChamps car before. I've said it many times in the past. I don't think that the 1/18th scale cars are really, they're like $200, so that's really only worth it for a special occasion. And you can see theirs is what I said, limited edition, just 500 of these. But I said if I made it to 2,000 subscribers before the end of 2021, I would review this car. That's a pretty special occasion, so I'm going to do it. Now, I only have two non-Barago 1/18th scale cars. Both of them are in the back right over there. The Spark Daniel Kvyat from 2015. And then the Saludo, I forget what the brand is called. It's a French something. That's Esteban Ocon, the Renault back there. And that was about the price of a Barago car. So I really only have one of these super expensive 1/18th scale cars. But I got this car for a pretty good deal. I usually don't say where I buy the diecast besides, eBay. But I got this one at speedgear.com, which I mentioned before in a past video. Not sponsored, but hey, cha-ching. Anyway, let's get this car out of the box. And I'm actually going to do something a little bit different here because this box is so big. I'm going to unbox it sort of the way the camera's pointing right now, just so we can see it all as it come out. Alright, so here we go. It's already playing up. Very, very difficult, but here it comes, finally. Oh, damn. There we go. MiniChamps 1/18th scale. Never seen one of these before. I have seen videos on these, but I have not ever purchased one. That's an annoying sound for sure. But here is the whole box. Nothing too special about this. I really do like how well protected this is. I gotta say, MiniChamps, their bases are usually pretty boring. compared to Spark and, well, actually just compared to Spark. I gotta say this one is also, I mean, it's just kind of boring. There's really nothing to this. The wood bases are kind of boring too, but they're wood, so those are really nice. But we didn't come here for the stupid packaging. Let's get this car off the base. I actually did bring a screwdriver this time, although it appears I'm gonna need a flathead in order to get these off. So I still came unprepared somehow, which is just fantastic. And here it is, the absolutely stunning Romain Grosjean VF20, the Haas VF20. I will not lie, guys, I think this is the best Haas livery that there is. Oh, did you guys see that? Did you see that? I saw that too. We'll talk more about that in a sec. I'm just trying to find a good camera angle because I don't do 1/18 scale reviews very often, so it's always pretty weird for me to find a good spot to put it on my table. Okay, so since you guys already saw it, and it is a very, 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 very frequently brought up topic on this channel, this is a full metal model, and you know what that means. Full metal MiniChamps have moving wheels. I'm actually shocked about that. But then again, maybe I shouldn't be. It is a metal model after all. The Spark one I have back there does not have moving wheels, but it's not a metal model, so I guess that totally makes sense. The wheels do not turn left and right, however. Only the Barago and that Saludo one or whatever, I don't know. Only that one is like that. And honestly, I don't even know what to say about this car. I mean, it's stunning. I mean, it's a really nice looking car. The details on this car are really good. I mean, I'll show you close-ups of the barge boards and stuff right now. The detail, I mean, you'd have to expect it's amazing. Underneath the suspension, underneath the number, right underneath the number, is some detail that I don't think is really present on the 143 scale cars. I'm not sure where the collector's stance is on 1/18 scale cars, Spark versus MiniChamps, because as I've said, I don't have a whole lot of them. But this one looks really good. It's kind of the same as the 143s. I think the 143 MiniChamps look fantastic. Let's take a look. We got to be careful. This was freaking expensive as hell. Exhaust and rear diffuser area. I mean, it's just very highly detailed. I really don't know what to say about it, honestly. Although, as I'm just now looking, I don't want to say I have an error here, but what is going on here? It looks like the front suspension is completely detached from... Oh, it's actually broken. Oh no, it's broken. Oh my gosh. The whole front suspension area is completely detached from where it's supposed to be. We're coming in for the close-up cam. Look at that. Look at that. Do you see that? Do you guys see that? Was it like that? Was it like that when I started the video? Was it like that? Did I break this car? What is up here? I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm gonna have to come in here with the other phone. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can clearly see where that suspension bit is supposed to be attached, and it's just not. Did it come like that? Or did I just break it while I was making the video? I'll scroll back here and we'll show some more of the detail. The rest of it is fantastic, but what has happened there? That's so bad. I mean, you guys can see it looking at the front here. It's not meant to be like that. I'll take this time to look at some of the other bits, but that is awful. Well, I mean, that is really honestly taken a lot of the steam out of this car. I mean, it is a very, very nice model. I've never had a car come broken before. I can't even, I can't believe that. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's horrible. I can't believe. I mean, I'm really not mad because it makes for a better video, honestly, if the car's broken. I wanted to talk about Romain Grosjean a little bit. I think Drive to Survive has done him a little dirty. I think he's a good driver. If you go back to his days at Lotus, at least 2012 and 2013, he had really good runs, but Lotus went to shit. And then Haas came along, and they were kind of shit at first, and then they had a decent 2018. But then, 2019 happened, and 2020 happened, and that was not very good. Gosh, I really don't know what to say now. I mean, it's all there. All the pieces are there. The quality is good. The detail is amazing, but that is very disappointing. I think it's fixable, honestly. Ooh. And I might have actually been able to do it. So let's see if I can get this right back where it belongs. So I have been able to get it a little. What has happened here is that the glue has just failed on this one, which is extremely disappointing. I've got the pieces to go back where they go, but they will not snap tight, as you guys can see. And that's extremely disappointing. As I always say, it's just going to spend its entire life on a shelf. So at the end of the day, what difference does it make? It is cool that the wheels spin. I guess now that I've sort of got fixed, I'm glad it's not fully broken off. That would have been terrible if the whole front wheel just broke off while I was filming the video. I am going to move on now, so we're going to do some comparisons just because it is, it's one of my videos. You got to do it. So looking down on the table now, we have probably the most successful Haas car, at least as of now, the 2018 Haas, formerly the only Haas diecast I ever owned. And this is 143 scale, obviously, so now we're going to bring in what I think is the best looking Haas car and pull it back a little bit. You guys can see just how different the scale of 118 versus 143 really is. It's quite incredible, actually. It's really interesting to note that Haas came in 5th place in 2018, and in 2018 they scored less than 100 points and came 5th. In 2020, Alpine finished 5th and scored well over 100 points and even scored a win. And I think that really shows you how far things have come. Another thing to note about this car that I've noticed just off the bat real quickly is that it's sitting incorrectly. The whole wheel right here is floating because, maybe it's because of this wheel, but I don't know, it's just not even built correctly. It doesn't sit flush with the ground. Really, the longer I go at this car, it's getting worse and worse. And I didn't plan on doing this because I didn't think it would be necessary, but this is my first 1/18 scale MiniChamps, but I have reviewed a ton of Barago 1/18 scale cars, and this car is built all good. There's none of this weird teetering stuff. And also, the wheels, the wheels turn. I've never had the suspension bits come broken. So, what exactly does that say about MiniChamps? And it's just interesting that I just made a video, Do MiniChamps Suck? And now this happened with my first 1/18 scale MiniChamps. Those of you that have maybe a few more of these, what do you have to say about MiniChamps? Is this a rarity or is this a pretty common thing? I really am honestly a little worried about this car. The wheel just looks kind of broken here. So I think I better wrap this one up pretty quickly and then go back. Just hit the light. Really better just wrap this video up quickly and get over with this one because I don't want to break it anymore. Detail on this car is really good, but it's broken out of the box, so that is extremely disappointing. And it's not even in the delicate pieces like the antennas and anything else on this car. It's with the suspension. The glue has not been applied properly, and that is a major disappointment for what could be a spectacular car. So I guess that begs the question, would I recommend this car? And I would strongly recommend reading the comments of this video before you guys make that decision, because as I've said in previous videos, the collective audience will know a lot more about F1 diecasts, or have a lot more F1 diecasts than I as an individual do. So I would read the comments and see if this is a common issue with MiniChamps. If it isn't, then yeah, sure, go for it. But the fact that I could buy a car that is this expensive and it comes broken, where I can buy a Barago or the Saludo, the Esteban Ocon, that car was in perfect condition. The fact that I could buy that and those come good, but a MiniChamps comes broken, that that really says a lot. And I think coming directly after a video where I ask if MiniChamps sucks, I think that says a lot. That says a lot. So that's really all I have to say about this car now. I'm pretty disappointed that it came broken. Although, I mean, it's gonna sit. It's a really nice looking car, and it's just gonna sit. It might just sit in the background of the videos for the rest of the time. Ugh. It might just sit in the background of videos. So I guess it really doesn't matter. but a hardcore collector would be pissed. And I'm pretty disappointed, but I'm not really mad because it probably made for a more interesting video. And just to spark some debate, here's the Spark Daniel Kvyat, which I will only bring over here to get a debate going. Which one is better? It must be said, this car isn't broken, so that's worth something, I think. As I said before, this was my 2,000 subscriber special. I found this little, I think it's like a Christmas ornament or something that I made when I was a kid. My very first profile picture, or my very first custom profile picture on YouTube, the guy who I made it did a shit job. It said ML1000 originally, but I'm like, hey, it's a T, because my channel obviously used to be called Mario Time 1000, which is a horrible name, by the way. That's why I changed it. But then he just did a shit job of doing the T, and I used the icon anyway, so that's a little bit of a throwback. Obviously, I've been making videos as a little bit of a hobby for almost 12 years now, and it took me 11 years to get up to 1,000 subscribers, so the fact that it only took 1 year to double that is really cool. So I got to thank every one of you guys for watching this video. A lot of people will say, oh, it's just 2,000 subscribers, who the hell cares, I could do that in a day. Well, shut up. And also, yeah, 2,000 isn't a lot, but I do have a small dedicated fan base. There are people who comment on all of my videos, there are people who comment on some of them, and then there are people who only leave 1 or 2 comments or don't comment at all. But I really appreciate all of you guys for watching. And that is the sentimental bullshit out of the way. Thank you for watching. Let's get to be the most subscribed channel on YouTube by the end of the year. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video, which will be a Mercedes video, but not the 2021 car. Just to piss you guys off just a little bit more. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And hey guys, I don't usually tack on stuff at the end of the video, but look at this. Look at how messed up that wheel is compared to the one on the other side. It's probably because it's not snapped into place properly. You can still see the peg where that suspension piece is supposed to go in, but it's just all janked up. So what? I almost just put the camera down while I was filming for some reason. What a huge fail on this one. And that's pretty sad. That's really all I have to say about this. Is it's pretty sad.
And here I am having a shout out to Japenny, I think it is, 2008. He's awesome. He's made me a profile icon. And he's just awesome. He was my first friend. Totally awesome. Totally awesome, okay? He's totally awesome. He's awesome. He's making me a profile icon. I think he's, like, literally awesome, okay? And, like, yeah, see you in better videos. This was just something. Get away.